Brent, two explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at a time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings, they would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kevin.
I can see the bruises. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. And for the Rockets, Harden and Gordon, the guard tandem. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the 3 slot. Paul passes to Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Adams down low. Guarded by Tucker. Adams' shot is off. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And the 3 off target. And here are the Thunder now. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
Paul passes to Ferguson. Gallinari outside. Adams trying to free himself up. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Passes to Gordon. Now here's Tucker from deep. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Paul for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
And once Paul makes up his mind, he does not hesitate on that play and is developing his 3-point game later in his career.
Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Paul left side. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Pass to House. He dishes it to Tucker. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. And the Rockets with possession here. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Ferguson. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Tucker. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Kicks it to Harden. Connects from 3-point range.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that 3-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari outside. Shoots over Tucker. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
The pass to House. Gordon kicks to Harden, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Gordon.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to House. Outside Gordon. Passes it to House. 6 on the shot clock. Now Covington. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
And that one drops.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Now here's Adams. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. A 3-ball. Harden's shot is good.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA. Brent, what are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like?
What's their chemistry?
Let's,
Exactly.
let's find out how they're going to play this year.
Thunder trailing by 8. Paul outside to halt the run and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Love how Paul angles his body when he feels that contact and then pushes off and draws the foul every time.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Free throw, good, Paul.
At this point in his career, Chris Paul is all about trying to get that elusive championship. Will play whatever role it takes to get that mission done.
And so Paul nails both of them.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Harden the pass to Covington. From outside the arc. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Covington's got 5 now.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And Adams with the slam.
Well, a combination of muscle and some focus right there allows Steven Adams to collect another bucket.
Now here's Gordon. He's guarded closely. This is to Harden. Over Paul. And Houston again with the bucket. Thunder trailing by 9. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Gallinari wide open. It's rebounded by Houston.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Tucker. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Paul against Harden from 12 feet out. Uses the glass to drop it in. And that's now 9 points for Chris Paul.
So good with the handle is Chris Paul, putting the D on its heels.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Here's Ferguson. Gallinari right side. And he gets the bucket.
And Gallo knows how to finish through contact. Excellent touch from there from the big fella.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Harden finds Tucker. It's House outside. The shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Pass to Paul. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Tucker. From past the arc, and Gallinari, good for three. Gallinari's got it back down to within single digits for Oklahoma City. Gordon with it. And Tucker has it in the corner. It's House outside. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Here's Ferguson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's the pass to Adams. The shot that time, not on target. Gordon with the defensive effort.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
And Harden launches it from deep. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Pass to Paul. He kicks to Gallinari. Oh, the lob to Gallinari.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Rockets leading by 5. Gordon the pass to House. Houston moving the ball around. Harden outside. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Houston making some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for Robert Covington. Ben McLemore comes in for Daniel House. And it's Austin Rivers in for Eric Gordon.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Schroeder outside. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Tucker's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. McLemore, the pass to Rivers. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. .146 left to play in the first quarter. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got 5.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Pass to Gallinari. Beyond the arc. And the Thunder another 3.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Pass to Tucker. And here's Harden. From deep. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. Feeds it to Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's good. And 12 points for James Harden.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The pass to Gallinari. Here's Baisley, guarded by McLemore. Back to Gallinari. Diallo inside. A second chance effort. Almost, but it rolls out.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And the dunk by McLemore.
And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, GA. Houston shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the free throw, no good. Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Diallo. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And here's Harden. He had 37 points last game out. Over Diallo. And the wing jumper offline.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back to the action after this word. Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. We have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. I embrace them.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Thunder, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Gallinari is out there with Mike Muscala, and it's Baisley in at the 4.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Schroeder against Rivers, fires the 3. They get the rebound, goes back up, Tucker. The shot, no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And it's good, 2 points. 16 points for Gallinari.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Takes a 3. Tucker can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Harden, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 5-point Houston lead.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Baisley, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way?
What an impact.
Massive.
Yes.
And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team is about, but really well thought out player development and stints for guys on their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. And, that's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take the necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
It's Harden with the drive.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 5. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Rivers scanning the floor. Launches it. Houston with a new 14. And the shot goes down. Tucker's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now, here is Muscala. Gallinari outside. Pass to Diallo for the 3. It's rebounded by McLemore. Rockets leading by 5. To the paint. Here's Rivers, and he converts the layup. Rivers has got his second bucket of the night.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time.
Passes it to Diallo. Now Muscala. 6 to shoot. To the wing on the left. No one near him. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. McLemore, the pass to Rivers. Pass to Harden. In the corner, it's McLemore. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. McLemore's got 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And they get it. Oklahoma City the rebound. And Muscala kicks to Gallinari. There's the 3. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Inside, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
The Rockets have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Robert Covington's checked in for Green. Daniel House comes in for Ben McLemore. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. And that one misses.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
First free throw is good. Brent, you know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
There's some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the score by Houston. Paul with the 3. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
Just such great form. Chris Paul so very efficient from that spot on the floor.
The drive by Gordon and the rejection by Noel. Now, Gilgeous Alexander. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Ball against Rivers. Noel passes to Ferguson. With the shot. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. Houston leading by 10. Now here's Rivers. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
That free throw missing. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you can see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
Good on the second free throw.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
Paul passes to Ferguson. Noel with it. And the pass to Ferguson. Adams trying to free himself up. Ferguson misses. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Pass to House. Here's Rivers. He has 5. Outside Gordon. From deep three-point range. That shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Here's Ferguson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Chris Paul.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
Rivers kicks to House. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Rivers against Paul. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous Alexander with it. He's against Gordon. Just 4 to shoot. Ferguson's shot is good.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Rockets leading by 6.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Rivers against Paul. And Rivers with the basket on the assist from Covington. Rivers has got 7 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Paul passes to Gilgeous Alexander. Passes it to Adams. Yep, it counts.
Steven Adams, a workhorse down low like that. Once he's got position, he'll want the ball.
Now here's Gordon. Gilgeous Alexander covering. Pass to Rivers. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Rivers has got 9 points now in the quarter.
And now he's gone streaking where 1 leads to 2, which leads to 3. That's big trouble for the defense.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a unique frame at his size and an intriguing score.
Outside Gordon. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Gordon missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After Eric Gordon's miss, just 2 to shoot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. James Harden is second. Third is Chris Paul.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
11 feet away. Good work defensively by Paul.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And there's the pass to Baisley. No good on the triple. Rockets leading by 6. Back to Covington. Now the dish to House. Tucker the pass to Covington. First trip to the line for him here.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
First one falls for him.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Rockets. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
Thunder trailing by 7. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Here's Adams. The shot's good. Adams has got 6.
Takes a lot to alter Steven Adams' shot, especially when he's operating in the painted area.
And here's Gordon. That will count. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Houston on top. They're up by 5. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 16 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
One of the big questions coming in is, how do you defend James Harden? He can take you in either direction. He has the crossover and the jab and go. And one of the best shot makers in the game.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, they had no consistency on the defensive end. Looked like they were building confidence, and then boom, turn up the volume. A series of bad plays. They're giving up way too many good looks.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution.
Yeah, Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Harden and Gordon, the guard tandem. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Kicks it out to Paul. Lets the 3 fly. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Well, that's a bomb from Chris Paul. This guy is simply superb from distance.
Pass to House. Back to Harden. Launches a 3. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Again, the miss by Paul. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. To the middle. Here's Covington. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Paul passes to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Quickness of Chris Paul dicing up the defense with his superb passing off the screen.
Harden surveying the D, and that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And some nice passing there by Houston. Pass to Tucker. Kicks it to House. Now here's Harden. Just 3 to shoot. Poked away. From deep. Outside Gordon. Here is House. To the inside. Tucker. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Tucker's got 15 points.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Gallinari throws it down.
And right now, Gallo just on fire. Love the amount of attempts he's getting.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Harden outside, shoots the 3, drills it from outside. Harden's got 19 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive. Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul, right side. Keeps it alive, and it's Adams on the follow. And now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
House kicks to Harden. Pass to Gordon for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Now here's Gordon. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Shot from free throw range. Good as the jump shot falls. Gordon's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Sweet, sweet string music from Gordon on the jumper. Great touch.
And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You got to like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
Houston making a switch here. McLemore's checked in. The Thunder also changing it up. Muscala, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. The pass to Muscala. From deep three-point range. Kept alive. Diallo kicks to Gallinari. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gallinari's got the lead up to 2 now for the Thunder.
Perimeter jumper from Gallo, always a strong suit, continues to get better.
Now here's McLemore. Gallinari covering. Now here's McLemore. He's got 8. Over Gallinari. McLemore, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Rockets trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The finish, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. No good on the second free throw. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. It's a 5-point game. Poked loose. Harden inside the three-point line. The Rockets with another miss.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Outside Gordon. Outside Green. The Rockets with another miss. The Thunder leading by 5. Schroeder finds Diallo. Out to Gallinari. Over Green. And it's Gallinari missing.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Pass to Diallo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That'll be his second foul of the game. Harden against Schroeder. Clock at 6. Fires from deep.
And Green's defense, very important to this team's success. The way he gets up in the face of whoever he's guarding, it becomes infectious to the rest of his guys. And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
And he can't get the first one. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And he sinks the second.
Well, Adams has his struggles at the free throw line, but he's making strides in that area and still has work to do.
Harden against Schroeder. Gordon outside. Green passes to Covington. And McLemore kicks to Harden. It's stolen by Schroeder. Passes it to Diallo. Now Adams, defended by Gordon. Stolen by Harden. Gordon finds Harden. Harden draws the double. Takes the three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harden's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Houston.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Got a piece of it. Covington with the steal. Harden the pass to Gordon. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Back to Gordon. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's foul number 2 for him. The Rockets making a switch here. Rivers checked in. Here's Rivers. 9 points in the game so far. Shot clock at 6. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers.
All right, here's a look at stats for Rivers. How he did last season. Averaged about 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
Here's Schroeder. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Green taking his time here. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got his 5th rebound in this one. They double him with Rivers. And Gallinari kicks it over to Schroeder. 5 to shoot. From deep. Here's Baisley. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Now it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead. Rivers with it. He's got 9. Pass to Green. Back to McLemore. Fires for 3. It's deflected. Now here's Diallo. D right on him. Shot, high post. Muscala misses. Rockets trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now the pass to Harden. Got a piece of it. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
He did not do that.
And it counts.
He did not just do that.
Oh, the heat from way downtown, and it goes. That might be the craziest non-buzzer beater I've ever seen.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. He kicks it to Rivers. Houston moving it around. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Houston shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Daniel House is checked in for Robert Covington. And then for Oklahoma City, Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Muscala. And it's Paul in for Diallo. That's good from Green.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Schroeder against Rivers. Now here's Schroeder. He's tightly guarded.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Green passes to Harden. No good. That would have tied it.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Paul looking around. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Here's the three. It's rebounded by McLemore.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Rockets have missed more than they've made at the foul line tonight, 3 of 7.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
The first free throw is good. Rivers hits both of them. 12 seconds left in the third. And here's Schroeder. Lets it go from deep. Cranes the three-pointer. Schroeder's got 7 points in the game.
And Schroeder just one of those guys with his speed, extremely difficult to guard. He gets the screen, uses the quickness, advantage, Dennis Schroeder.
And we've reached the end of the third. Thunder lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Rebounds and loose balls. We got to get them. We got to get them. Let's go. Let's go. Got to want a little bit more.
Greg, you can tell by his voice he wants his guys to give everything they've got right now.
No doubt, especially on the backboard. For them to secure this win, that needs to happen.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Baisley in at the 5. And that one's good. House.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Such a long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. And so he's able to get one of two.
Big trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
Pass to Harden. Now here's McLemore, defended by Paul. Here's McLemore. Here's Green. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Out to the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Passes it to Baisley. Gallinari outside. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Harden. Now the feed to House. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Gallinari the open look. But they'll get another chance. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul. And he lobs it up toward the rim. 6 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Shot clock at 3. Paul passes to Baisley. Count that one. And the Thunder lead by 3.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Tucker can't get it to go. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Gordon's checked in for Houston. Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Gallinari with the steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Paul's running, and he finishes the break with a lay-in. Paul's got the lead up to 5 now for Oklahoma City. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Paul passes to Gallinari. And here is Adams, guarded by Green. To the paint. Ball's knocked loose. And it's the Rockets on the break. House has got the ball. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by House. House has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
Rockets trail by 3. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And Adams kicks to Paul. Yep, that one goes in there. And it's a 5-point Thunder lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They get a hand on it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. With some arc, Ferguson for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. On the wing, Gordon. The pass to Tucker. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Gordon for 3.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his third foul of the game. Pass to Green. The three from Harden. It's good from long range. Harden's got 13 points in the second half.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Gordon against Paul.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Gordon outside. And no good. And the Thunder going the other way now.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
So here's Gallinari. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, Adams.
Well, Steven Adams still working on becoming a better and more consistent free throw shooter, so another opportunity upcoming.
That free throw, no good. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul, and they double up Paul. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Rockets with possession here. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Inside, here's Tucker. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Incredible assist there from Gordon. Just an awesome job getting his teammates involved in that play.
Paul is doubled. Down low. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Timeout.
And the Thunder lead by 4.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Evan will see if they can make that adjustment.
That's a 2 from Ferguson. A rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got 7 rebounds in the game.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And the Rockets making a change here. Covington's checked in. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Ferguson. Passes to Paul. Stolen by Harden. Here's House. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Now here's Paul. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Will it go? And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
Harden against Paul. Harden draws the double. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist from Harden. 7 points for Eric Gordon.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Pass to Ferguson. Covington against Gallinari. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Passes it to Gordon. And Houston again with the bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Thunder trailing by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the first one drops. And so Paul nails both of them. Rockets leading by 3. To the inside, Harden. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The Thunder have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Paul finds Gallinari. Over to the left wing. Ferguson for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Pass to House for 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Here is House. Harden the pass to House. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Ball against Harden. Paul kicks to Ferguson. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
And the free throw, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. There's the pass to Covington. There's the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's against Gordon. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Ferguson. He's off on that one. Rockets leading by 4. Here's Tucker. And another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. And the foul on Harden. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. And he knocks down the first one. And so Paul nails both of them.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Houston's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Outside Gordon. He feeds it to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Harden's got 9 points now in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 7. Paul outside. Adams outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Gilgeous-Alexander coming through big time.
Harden against Paul. Harden up top. There's Gordon with the 3. That's tipped. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Ferguson. Paul is doubled. Pass to Ferguson. There's 53 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Kicks it out to Paul. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Ferguson misses. And now we've got the intentional foul. .40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside Gordon. Pass to Harden. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 7. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. .29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It counts. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Gilgeous-Alexander gonna celebrate that one.
And they go to the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 7. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one rolling around and rims out. McLemore with the ball. So Houston wins it. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. James, you guys look like you got to pace and space the way you want to tonight.
Yeah, they did a good job, very good job. We tried to push the ball as much as possible. They kept getting offensive rebounds, so we stuck with it 4 quarters and grinded it out.
Yeah, you got control at the end there, and it led to the win. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.